What's going on, y'all? This is Ben Phillips, and I'm hosting Sabrina's show today. And wow, what an awesome time to listen up. The real estate market is absolutely tightening up. And I'll tell you, in a tight real estate market, you absolutely have to have the right realtor on your side. And there's no doubt about it. It's Sabrina Turner. And I'll tell you, Sabrina can be reached right now at her office can be 499-7780. You can go to sabrinarealty.com and get all of her listings. You can find the home of your dreams. And, that's what we're going to be talking about today is making dreams happen. So, folks, when it comes to your real estate goals, you may want to list your home. You may be a homeowner right now trying to list your home, or you may be trying to buy a home. Maybe it's your first home, or maybe it's your fourth home. Maybe you're trying to downsize because you're getting up there in age and the kids are all out. I think we call those empty nesters. And, it's just all of these different things that we're trying to accomplish. Some people call them problems, but I prefer to call them opportunities. And I'll tell you, if you choose the right players on your team, that will make that opportunity shine for you. And there'll be much more success for you, for your family, and for years to come. Now, right now I have joined with me Dave Masters and Alicia Page, and they're with a mediation group called Same Page Mediation. So let's get right into it. How are y'all doing?
We're good.
Great. Thank you.
Good morning, Ben.
Good to have you. When it comes to mediation, it's the same thing. It's about problems, but like I said, I prefer to call them opportunities, right?
That's right.
So Dave, tell me what exactly is mediation for the average layman out there just listening to the show?
Well, mediation is a form of conflict resolution where instead of somebody deciding what the answer to your situation is going to be, you make that decision with our help.
Okay. So basically y'all kind of come to a resolution, a solution that's going to fit everybody's needs. Or
we help you come to the resolution.
Okay.
We facilitate a conversation that lets you and whoever you have conflict with develop a solution that works for the two of you.
Okay. So how long has Same Page Mediation been in business?
We're fairly new. Alicia's been doing mediation for a couple of years now. I'm new in the mediation field. My background's in human resources, which is another form of mediation.
Absolutely. It's very important. Alicia, tell me something, as far as mediation is concerned. I mean, if I'm thinking about getting mediation services, what type of services, what type of problems or opportunities would that, give me an example.
Okay. I'll give you a lot of examples. So mediation is an alternative dispute resolution to litigation, right? We all know what litigation is. You go duke it out in a courtroom with your lawyers, and you get a decision by a judge and a jury. Well, alternatively, you can go in front of a mediator and you can sit down, come to a conclusion, come to your own conclusion, and this can be in any kind of conflict. So many times we have conflicts that you aren't going to sue about, right? You don't want to sue your mom if she's not doing what you'd like her to do. You may not want to sue your boss, or you may fire an employee instead of getting down to the root of the problem. So mediation can be used in any of those things. It can be used with church boards, homeowners associations.
So it's like an alternative.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't think any of us want to sue our own family. For sure.
Rarely.
So you could literally go into mediation and then thereby avoiding the ultimate conflict in court and probably saving thousands of dollars.
Yes. Many times, litigation is the only option, right? Sometimes you can't get someone to move unless you sue them. But many times you don't want to sue, whether it's cost prohibitive or it's your mother. So this is a way to get those conflicts resolved where it may not see a resolution otherwise.
Right. Well, I know in the mortgage industry, which I'm in, and I know also in the real estate industry, which is all tied to the mortgage side, there are a lot of conflicts. For example, a client will be buying a home and they're under contract with the seller. There's a lot of folks involved, title companies, third-party vendors, and then getting towards the end, all of a sudden, something drastic happens. For example, and this is very rare, but it happens. They lose their job. The buyer loses their job, and now they can't be approved for the loan. Would that be something that would also be for mediation that a seller could go after them for instead of going to the, straight to a lawsuit?
Would certainly make more sense to do it with us. We're lower cost. And again, you own the solution, where if you litigate or you go to arbitration, you tell your side, they tell theirs, and somebody makes a decision for you. In mediation, you make the decision on what's best for you and for the other party.
Well, I was just about to ask you, what are some of the benefits of mediation? What are some of those examples? And you just said low cost, but what are some of the ways that you stand out from other alternative methods?
As far as mediation goes, now we are not an attorney replacement. If you need legal advice, I love attorneys. I am one. Gotcha. So I say, definitely get it. But we are an alternative to try to resolve the dispute before you get into the litigation fees. So that is one thing. The other thing is that mediation is confidential. So when you come and speak with us, you actually sign a contract saying you're not going to have us testify in court if you do end up litigating, if you don't come to an agreement. So it's an opportunity for us to be able to sit down and talk and really open up and get down to the roots of the problem without it becoming public. All of the information becoming public. So there's that. And also we're a neutral party. So sometimes you sit down, your attorney is your advocate, and that's exactly what they're supposed to be. But you sit down with us and we are neutral. We are trained to come and help you get to the bottom of it. I'll give you an example. For everyone, the sale of the house is really what it comes down to, but it may not be a possibility. So let's get down to the root of the problem. Is it because they're really upset about the sale of the house? Is it compensation for money that's already been put out? Do they have another house that they're buying that's on the line? Let's get down to the root of the problem and come up with a solution that works for those people.
Okay. Now, I know some folks are driving right now and listening to the show, and someone may be parking right now and about to get out of the car. Go ahead and give us your contact information if someone wants to reach you right now.
Okay. My phone number is 423-521-0801. Hopefully you won't email when you're in the car driving, but when you stop and pull over, you're welcome to email me at alicia@samepagemediation.com.
Awesome. And I understand that y'all have a Facebook page as well?
Oh, yes. You can find us. Just type in Same Page Mediation and you'll find us.
Okay. So now, some folks have a hard time getting around, to come see an attorney or a mediator. I understand that you guys come to them, right?
Yes, I think that's an important thing, is to come to people. We can meet at a neutral location, or we can meet with you wherever you would like. I think that's an important aspect of mediation. The point is that everyone needs to be comfortable so we can open up and get creative and come to a solution that works for everyone.
Absolutely. Well, that's really awesome. So tell me, what is conflict resolution training?
Okay, I'll let Dave tell you about our training.
Okay. Ben, conflict resolution training involves a lot of things. It involves understanding where conflict comes from in the first place, and we can help companies identify those things and eliminate as many of them as possible. Then we teach people in businesses or companies skills that they can use to resolve conflict, active listening, de-escalating a situation. Those are skills that we can teach and help you resolve conflicts yourself. And of course, if you can't resolve them, then we can step in and do the mediation for you. We're really a little bit of a different model in that we're trying to help people resolve conflict before it's necessary to get to court, to get arbitration, or whatever other alternatives they have. So we're trying to get on the front end and help from that standpoint.
Well, yeah, that's really neat, because I kind of see it as when you go see an attorney to sue someone, it's very reactive.
Yes.
Right. It's already way past. And if you go to a mediator, you're trying to be proactive with your reactive situation.
Exactly.
And yet, if you're doing conflict training, it's as if you're completely being proactive to all potential conflicts that may arise, which would be very important to business owners out there.
Absolutely. We think that there's a better way to do things than a lot of companies do now. If we can get involved early on and help you plan how you're going to react to these things, give you the tools that you need to react, you'll have a lot fewer conflicts that require us or even worse than us, the attorneys and the whole system.
So a small company that has maybe the owner is doing the HR work, the human resources stuff. This would be a good way to identify problems before they happen.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, is there any other ways that you all do business? You said you were an attorney, right?
Yes, I'm not an attorney in Tennessee yet. I'm an attorney in Georgia and Florida.
Okay. Well, there's plenty of people listening from Georgia. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I can tell you that from experience. So how long did you practice in Georgia?
Well, I actually worked for the court system. I worked for the Superior Court in Americus, Georgia for 5.5 years.
Awesome.
And then I went out into private practice, and I found quickly that my private practice consisted mostly of mediation, and that's what I enjoy. I prefer helping people agree than duking it out. And to be honest, y'all have a whole bunch of great attorneys here. So I'd like to focus just on the mediating part of the job.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate having you guys in, and I think that you all have some upcoming events. Is that right?
We do. We have some trainings.
Okay. Well, let's talk about this for a second so people can engage, exactly get their calendars out and so forth. So we've got a training at the Chattery on May 17th, which I guess that's a little less than a month away.
Yeah.
So I gives people plenty of time to plan. But where is the Chattery?
Well, the Chattery, I think we're actually doing the training at the Edney building. I think that's yet to be confirmed on the 5th floor. The Chattery, I don't know if you've been to their website. They're a really neat organization. They do all kinds of trainings. One that interests me that's coming up is a bruise one. They do a kombucha training. It's very interesting. So they're letting us do a conflict resolution training, and we're just going to do some skills training. And so that will let us help people.
Bear with me one second. I'm going to interrupt you for a second because we've got a caller here, and I wanted to go ahead and take that. Caller, go ahead.
Since you're a real estate attorney, I want to know if we can avoid this pitfall. A few years ago, I was selling my house, and they put it in a deposit in escrow and couldn't close. And then they couldn't close, and they couldn't close. And then 6 months later, they decided, well, I don't want the house. Well, they tied my house up for 6 months. And I said, you can't just walk away with your $6,000 deposit. I need some of that as damage recovery because I had the house off the market. I had to end up suing them in court to get my money. Is there any way to avoid those pitfalls when you're selling a house? And I'll listen on the radio. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, caller. And we appreciate that. Do you all want to take that question about mediation there instead?
Sure. I can try to field that. Let me do the caveat. I'm not a Tennessee attorney, so this cannot be legal advice.
Gotcha.
But I understand that these are things you have to litigate for. And I understand your reasoning as well. 6 months of lost time and income, and you have other things going on. And I'm sure there are laws in Tennessee that cover that. Mediation would be a great option to start with. I don't think the other side is under the illusion that they can just walk away from this deal and that they know it's going to be a problem. So at that point, and many attorneys have mediators that they use as well, you could come to us, and the difficult part from your point of view is you're in contention with someone. How do you get them to the table, right? We can call them and try to get them to the table, and then we all sit down together, and sure, it's a definitely lower cost way to try to come to an agreement rather than suing. Now, at the end of that, you either would have an agreement that was a contract, or you could then litigate if you couldn't.
So really it can sort of show that he's taking the right steps as well. And sort of that pressure is building instead of just, it comes on strong and then becomes an instant, clash. It's almost like a mediator showing that he's doing the right thing. And then at that point in time, as that case is building through mediation, maybe that pressure mounts a little bit. But I think that it's unfortunate that someone would go through that type of situation. 6 months. On my side, I would just tend to think, wow, from a seller's point of view, I've got my contract, that's signed, and I've got full faith in the agents to do their job. Well, how much faith do we have in the system when it doesn't follow through?
Right.
And so, is there certain grade scores out there that could be developed to determine who's failing at a higher rate, or was there signs after 30 days? He said he waited 6 months, and I don't mean to pick on him, but after 30 days, if there was, the expectations, we need to be tying down the ETA on these new expectations, because I think a standard agreement is 30 to 45 days. Obviously there's important things and aspects there. But I think overall we've got to be continually developing ourselves and making sure, as sellers, if sellers are listening, like this gentleman, make sure you get an approval letter. That way it ties in to the bank or the lender involved in it. They will have conditions on that approval letter that you can tie down as a seller, and your agent should be as well. And then of course the expectations of time. Once that 30 days is out, why are we running 6 months? It just seems as though that's, we need to keep that house on the market and keep taking offers on it. But I appreciate the call, and hopefully we will develop more ability to get that tied into not just $1,000 deposit, which is what we're finding that it's a very rare thing that happens. But what would you have done in that situation?
Ben, you could really go even further back and include a clause for mediation in the contract that you sign with the home purchaser, so that if there is a disagreement, it automatically goes to mediation rather than going into the court system. So it can be even more proactive than
and
that.
Tennessee has a very vibrant mediation ADR program. So what may happen is you may go to court and litigate, and the judge sends you to mediation.
Wow. So we're, Tennessee's all about working things out.
Yeah, it's a very good program.
Well, that's excellent. Well, folks, if you have an opportunity, right, that will better your life, that will get you out of this situation. I know folks will go to bed and stay up stressing about that situation. And let's face it, we all have situations come up here and there. But I think the important thing is to know your options. Right. And mediation is an option. And I'll tell you, in the real estate market, this definitely connects to that. But it connects to anything job related, personal. Obviously, we talked about family relations. It's just something that is prevalent. It's available, and we need to know that there's an option out there other than just being completely reactive and suing. So we appreciate you so much for coming in. I definitely am looking forward to letting everybody know that this training at the Chattery Building on May 17th is from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now that's $100 to get in, right?
No, it's free. And I understand
it's free.
Yes, I understand there's also a wine donor. So we might be able to resolve some conflict and have some wine. Okay.
So maybe is that part of your resolution?
Loosen people up. They might be more agreeable.
So when the parties sit down, you just give them both a glass of good wine.
Not normally, but this time we'll make an exception.
All right, so folks, you've got the training at the Chattery May 17th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it's not $100. It's absolutely free, which makes it that much more exciting. And wine. Okay, what else do you need? Also on May 19th, we've got some training at Access One. It's a lunch and learn. And tell us about what that's going to be about.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about mediation. This is targeting toward HR directors. So we'll talk about the recognizing of problems and teach them some of the skills that we use to resolve conflict.
Awesome. Well, so other folks, you've heard it. We're not going to be reactive. We're going to be proactive. We're going to, you've got the information here. You've learned it today on the Sabrina show. And I'll tell you, 521-0801, that is the phone number for Same Page Mediation. I've had Dave Masters and Alicia Page here today. Their website is samepagemediation.com. They're also on Facebook at Same Page Mediation. And, it's just great to have y'all. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us today.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. All right, so that brings us to the mid-hour here, and just wanted to remind everybody that Sabrina is out today. So you've got me, Ben Phillips, and I'm with Home Rate Mortgage. You can reach my company at 805-9100. We have quick quotes, we have fast closings, and we guarantee our loans. So we want you to give us a call and use us. We're a local company. We started here, and we are from here, and we want to support local businesses. So we want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to grow. And that's exactly what Sabrina is doing with her show. She's helping promote new businesses out here that are able to add value to the clients and to other businesses, B2B, B2C. And so there's a big opportunity. If you have any interest whatsoever in, and you think you are a candidate to be on the show, we would love to hear from you. We would love to find out exactly why you would be of benefit to tell the world about what you're doing. Same Page Mediation. You can reach them again at 521-0801. We really appreciate them coming out here today. Now, I have got another guest here coming up, Greg Gilbert, and we're very, very excited to see him and learn about retirement stuff going on here. So Ben Phillips, Home Rate Mortgage, and Sabrina Realty. Sabrina, 499-7780. That's 499-7780. Call her today. Hey, Ben Phillips here with Sabrina Realty and Associates, Hot News Talk Radio. They've got you covered, Chattanooga. HotNewsTalkRadio.com, on Twitter, Facebook, and of course, tune into the radio app, Bloom Sky app. You can call in the line at 423-800-8949. And folks, I just want to say what a beautiful day it is today. It's always a blessing when we can drive down the road and get some sunshine. It helps businesses and it helps people want to get outdoors, and it just creates a lot of activity and it gets us going. So what a beautiful day. We're thankful for that. I'm also thankful to be filling in for Sabrina at Sabrina Realty, 499-7780. When you need a real estate agent, when you need a realty agent, you definitely have to call Sabrina. Real Estate Agent of the Year, 2012, has her own building, takes care of her clients with passion. When I send her a deal, I absolutely have complete confidence, complete trust that those folks are going to get the best service, period. Hands down, no doubt about it. There's a lot of good agents out there, but let me tell you something. Sabrina is one of the best agents I've worked with. And, it's just a phone call. Success in homeownership, selling your home, it's just a phone call away. Call Sabrina today, 499-7780. You can go to our website, sabrinarealty.com. And, folks, it's just a great day to buy a house. It's spring. It's the biggest time of year. I heard earlier on the news that, home sales are up. It's putting a lot of pressure on the home prices. They're going up much faster than inflation. And I'll tell you, if you need to sell or thinking about selling, you can call Sabrina and get a free market analysis. And what that does is that allows you the opportunity to see for free, no obligation, exactly how much you might be able to get for your home. And then on the flip side of that, you can get an analysis on, a home that you want to buy. And, a lot of folks go out there and do it on their own, and they're on the Zillow and the Trulia and Realtor.com. There's 100 of them. We could go all day and talk about them. But at the end of the day, they don't have the power that the local agents have. And that's exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about Sabrina at Sabrina Realty. There's no doubt that you will get an analysis that puts you on the right path for success. And that was the theme of today, is opportunities, not problems. And choosing the right realtor means it's going to be a big piece of that formula for success. Like I said, Ben Phillips with Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. We do mortgage loans. We want to help you be able to use Sabrina and get approved for that mortgage loan that you need. We have 100% products, and you can go online and get a quick quote at 805. You can call us at 805-9100, or you can go online at homeratemortgage.com. Folks, today we have an independent retirement living facility sales rep. His name is Greg Gilbert, and a lot of folks know him because he's out getting coffee with us. We're networking out there, and that's where I saw him last over at Hamilton Place recently. Greg, good to have you.
It's great to be here, Ben. Thank you for having me.
Well, hey, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it, and we know that the Garden Plaza, the Life Care, the everything that y'all are doing over there, and is just huge, because our folks are going through phases of life, and we're getting older, aren't we?
We are, and it's really a unique facility. It's kind of a secret in the Chattanooga area. I've run into people every day that do not know about us.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's get down this location, because there's people that want to know where this place is, because I can tell you right now, I know where it is, and I'll tell you why. There's a place called Imagination Station.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have children, you better not go there, if that made any sense. You've got to get to Imagination Station. They've got a completely new facility for the kids to play on, and you will be hooked. Right behind there, right?
Yes, we're right behind, down at the end of the road. We're in the Greenbrier Cove development.
So tell me about the Greenbrier development. What is the purpose?
The Greenbrier development was a corporate sponsorship, development that had 3 different companies that developed the Cove for retirement. And we have inside that, in the Cove, we have independent housing, which is a separate company. And we have our facility, Garden Plaza, which is an independent apartment style living facility. And we also have an independent healthcare properties, Morning Point assisted living, next to us in there, with the original idea that people could go to the housing, downsize to the apartment style living until they needed the extra level of care and assisted.
That's really awesome, because in, the baby boomers, I kind of say 1939, 1930 to 1949, but literally in that amount of time, we had the biggest expansion of population. About 103 million people were born during that 20 years.
Amazing.
Now that's 1/3 of our population today, right?
Yes, it is.
So think about this, folks. This facility is brand new. I mean, in my mind, it's brand new. I live down the street from there, on Ooltewah Ringgold Road, and I'll tell you, it's one of the nicest facilities that I've seen around.
It is. It's a beautiful place. It reminds you of a 5-star resort hotel, and that's the type of feeling we try to portray to our residents. And
right,
it's like living in a castle. It's amazing. I tease my friends. I say I have to go slave at the resort today. So
but still have that Southern charm.
It does.
Certainly does. And so back to my 103 million people, the baby boomers, and the folks right there at the start of that. Mobility is an important aspect to life, sure. Right?
Yes.
And so when you think about having these phases that they've implemented, I mean, I'm not going to say this is a new idea, but it certainly is something unique that I haven't really seen around. I just see, okay, there's an assisted facility, place, but for folks to be able to transition and not have to go anywhere, they still feel like they're at home. I guess that's a big advantage, isn't it?
It is for a lot of people. It is. Now, while we have our sister property is called The Bridge, and it's located across from Publix in Ooltewah. And we do transfer a lot of folks. So they transition out of our independent facility into one of our assisted living facilities.
Okay.
They do a great job next door, and they stay full. So we actually send a lot of people to. We've got the building is just equally as nice at the Bridge as it is at Garden Plaza.
Well, that's really awesome. And now if someone is interested in knowing more about, because I mean, obviously some folks are driving right now and parking and, might be getting out of the car, go ahead and let's get your contact information. If you may have maybe have a mother or a father that needs to, maybe both of them needs to start moving into this or thinking about transitioning into this. I know we've got to be proactive, folks. So what's the phone number that they can reach you at?
Our phone number is 396-5100. And we're located at 4586 Forsythia Way. And our mailing address is Ooltewah. We're physically located in Collegedale.
Okay. Now they can also go to the Garden Plaza greenbriercove.com. Is that right?
Yes, that's our website. And there's actually a really nice mini tour on that website that they can take a look at some of the insides of the building. There's a lot of floor plans. Some talks about some of our services and amenities.
So, I mean, there's nothing like going somewhere in person, but you can go to this website right now and get a virtual tour right through the facility. That's really neat. Garden Plaza, greenbriercove.com. And again, I have Greg Gilbert here. Now, Greg, I'll tell you that one of the neat things about what we've got going on with Greenbrier is the fact that, when we're getting up there in age and we're transitioning, you're trying to stay appropriate in how you say this transition. But let's face it, we're all getting older every single day. Now, this company is owned by Life Care Centers, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so now that's exciting for me because I was born and raised in Cleveland, Tennessee.
There you
Are
go.
you familiar with that place?
I am very familiar.
I think most of us are. And, Cleveland's my stomping ground. And I was very proud of, Life Care Centers because Forrest Preston started Life Care Centers, and just about every one of my family members worked there from one time or another, and watched that company grow and grow. And it's just really neat to think that we're not just, as we transition, it's nice to know that we're potentially going to not only one of the best facilities around. I can certainly attest to that by the view of it alone. But then at the same time, it's a local company.
Yes, it is.
Right here in Southeast Tennessee, owned by a single man, right? Just one person.
Yes.
It's just incredible to see the success that Southeast Tennessee puts out. And, it's a testament to our community. It's a testament to what we do when we wake up each day, and that people can achieve their dreams. There's a lot of great companies here in this town. And so tell me a little bit more. What if someone wants to, let's talk about cost.
Okay.
Is that something that's
we can do that. Our packages start at $24.29 per month. Now that's all inclusive of many, many things. We do furnish transportation, whether they need it or not, to doctor's visits. We take people to banks, pharmacies. We take them to grocery stores. We do outings. They're certainly optional. We have a list of activities that are endless, day in, day out. They're certainly optional also. We pay for all the utilities. We take care of all the maintenance. We clean the room once a week. We will also wash their sheets and their pillowcases. We'll do their bath towels and their washcloths, and that's once per week, and that's all included. We also include 2 meals per day in the independent setting. And while we only do 2, we have basically a 5-star chef there that prepares the dinner menus, which is incredible. I eat there often and just absolutely love it. I can stay a little late sometimes.
So when's the next meal? When are we going?
Tonight. Tonight starts at 4:45.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Sure.
And now, can folks just come visit anytime? I'm sure there's just regular hours for folks to kind of check it out personally.
They can. We have 3 people that actually, the main people that do tours through the building. It is more convenient if someone would set an appointment so we can make sure we're ready for them. We don't want them to have to wait to go through the building. And but it's just if they want to walk in, we'll take them through. All
right. So Greg, we all go through these phases of life, and as we get older, sometimes we need to. It just makes sense for us to go into sort of an independent, condo of some sort where there's care there, and then potentially, if more is needed because of health issues or whatnot,
sure.
Mobility issues, we can get into the apartment facility where it's sort of inclusive there as well, and then even down to the assisted living where we're doing just about everything. Tell me, what if my grandma needed to go there, if she needed to go somewhere, what makes Garden Plaza stand out from the others?
I believe it's certainly the atmosphere, but the love and the care that they will receive from our employees. We're just a loving bunch. We love our residents. We enjoy what we do. You certainly have to love people to work in this business.
No doubt about it.
And that's something we do. We love on them. We simplify their life. We take care of the day in and day out chores that they normally would have to do, and we'll do it so they can go live and enjoy themselves and have a fun, independent lifestyle.
And that's really what it's about, isn't it? I mean, it's about enjoying life to the fullest. And it's certainly easier to enjoy life and get your full fulfillment and joy when you are being loved by the people. And like I said, we've created great businesses here in the area, in our community. We're not called the volunteer state for nothing. So why would you want to go retire anywhere else?
I can't imagine. It's amazing as I read the news, how many things that Chattanooga ranks in the top 5 in the nation. And one of those is retirement living.
Yeah. And that's sort of a new thing, isn't it? I mean, that's something that they've just kind of grabbed a hold of. What happened there?
It's just, Chattanooga's growing. The Chattanoogans have gotten together, and we've actually made this city grow. And we're working together, and we're just doing a lot of positive things through our government, our Chamber of Commerce, through our companies here. There's a concerted effort. It's something I haven't seen in a long time, people working together, and it's being noticed nationally.
That's really neat, because you're absolutely right. It is the community all the way to the mayor. And, when you have people that are sharing the vision, just like Sabrina, having this show for everybody, for businesses to get heard, it's like we're a family. And it's the same thing as love and compassion. I'm sorry, it's exactly love and compassion. And that's what, I think that's what makes this place a very special place. I'm proud to call it home, no doubt about it. So
I'm proud to call it home now too.
Well, tell me, how many, it's a relatively new, how old is it? 5 years?
Actually, we're 7 years old.
Okay. 7
Yes.
years.
Yes.
So there's room for more people? Or?
There is. We're the largest independent facility in this metro area. We have 145 units available, or not available, but in the building. So
okay.
We've got 85 apartments leased, and we've got 110 residents at this point.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there's definitely the ability to take on new clients. And like I said, you can go get a free tour right now. And that's at Garden Plaza, Greenbrier Cove. And also their phone number again.
It's 396-5100.
All right, folks. So if you want to, learn more about the Garden Plaza and how it's, obviously this development is significant. I've been living here my whole life, and I've not seen any type of retirement community quite like this. This is absolutely impressive. I feel as though when I'm driving by, taking my kids over to the Imagination Station, there's a police station right there. There's a public library real close by. There's a walking trail. Such an opportunity for the family to stay close and stay active, even in that sure. time of transition. So I just think that's the neat. It reminds me of going to the beach, because the beach, you walk out of your place and you go onto the beach, and you can just walk that way or that way, and it's fun and relaxing. And that's the same kind of vibe that I get when I'm over on those walking trails and go right past y'all's place. And it's like it just meshes right in to the public park.
It does. It's a lot of green area there. Yeah. Lakes, walking trails. It's amazing. And if I got a second, I want to throw a plug in to my good friend, David Bartow, who through the Collegedale Tomorrow Foundation is building the Collegedale Commons between Imagination Station and Garden Plaza. And that's going to be run by the Chattanooga Farmers Market. They're going to have vendors, crafts.
Hold on a second. I think
whole new thing for independent seniors.
Okay, so everybody needs to hear this again. Now, say this one more time, because this is exciting.
It very much is. They're building it's called the Collegedale Commons. David Bartow is the director for Collegedale Tomorrow. It is going to be a farmer's market, an event center. They're going to have vendors. There'll be food trucks there. There will be some entertainment, a lot of green walking areas involved with that also. It's kind of going to be the hub of Collegedale.
Sometimes we don't go to the farmer's market downtown just because it may take 25 minutes, and then you get down there and we've got things to do at home. We need to go do our exercise and stuff. That is exciting stuff right there.
It very much is.
That gives this community an opportunity to have another choice as well, and get to experience the difference that Collegedale makes for our community in Chattanooga. We're part of Hamilton County, and we're trying to make a difference for all of us. So that's super exciting for me, and I hope it is for everybody else as well, because there's no doubt I'll be there.
Good deal.
No doubt about it. So, well, hey folks, I want to thank special thanks to Greg Gilbert for coming out today. I know we appreciate him sharing such a plethora of great information about Garden Plaza. And it's owned by a local company, Life Care Center. It started right here in Southeast Tennessee, and it is here in Southeast Tennessee. And like I said, it's just like it's a very special place. It stands out. It's unique. It's a great place to live and retire. So again, you can go get a free tour at Garden Plaza, greenbriercove.com. And I know that folks out there will be calling you and checking you out, and we just really appreciate your opportunity for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ben.
Hey, folks, you know, like we say, there's a big real estate game going on out there right now. You've got folks wanting to buy a house and they want to get the best deal, and you've got folks out there trying to sell their home and get the best, get the biggest deal, if I should say. And you know, the realtor that you use is absolutely of the utmost importance. And Sabrina Turner Smedley is your realtor. So you can call her today, 499-7780. No cost and no obligation to check out what she can do for you. And I've got years of experience working with Sabrina, and it's hard to give a client to any other realtor because of the work that she does. SabrinaRealty.com. That's SabrinaRealty.com. It's where you can check out the homes that she's got listings for. And my name is Ben Phillips. I'm a mortgage. I own a little mortgage company here in town. We do mortgage loans. We hope to beat out the competition. We hope to learn from the competition, and we also hope to earn your business. And we want to do that through the respect of the mutual respect that we have for each other. That we're in a business to make a couple dollars, and hopefully it's a lot less than everybody else. And I think that you'll see that in our passion. That's what I teach my folks. I coach them every day and inspire them to become better leaders, to become just like me. And I hope that I'm a leader. So folks, I learn from the best. Sabrina at Sabrina Realty. And I've gotten so many great mentors, including the owner of Garden Plaza, Forrest Preston. I always looked up to him as a little kid. So it's just so neat to see how that just continues to grow and grow and grow. And they're all over America. But when it comes to mortgage loans, folks, there are so many options. And you really need to get pre-qualified for your home before you start making offers, and before you start, looking too hard, because there's programs out there that you might find yourself very attracted to, and you just have to talk to a mortgage professional. Again, my name is Ben Phillips. I've been doing this for, goodness gracious, almost 16 years, 2001. So that makes it 15 plus years right now. And it's been an awesome journey. The 2008 debacle hurt real estate agents and lenders. But you know what? Some of us just said, we're not going to participate in any downfall. And so we kept our heads down and our eyes focused and our passion up. And we just kept on going. And really we came out of there the best we ever did. So we've been very blessed. Our number is 805-9100. Why don't you call that number right now as well, because you can get a free quick quote, find out exactly how much you can qualify for. We've got 100% financing available. We can get rid of that pesky mortgage insurance. Everyone knows how bad that mortgage insurance is because it's just another word, and I call it interest. So I prefer to get rid of that mortgage insurance for folks. Low down payment programs. Like I said, 100% financing. But if you're a high elite borrower, but you just want to buy a little bit more house, heck, we can get you in there for 3% down if you're buying a $417,000 home. So it's a very exciting time. Real estate values are going to continue to climb. And there's no doubt that the best time to buy is before the costs continue to climb, and they are starting to climb now. So it's the urgent time. HotNewsTalkRadio.com, Hot News Talk Radio. They've got you covered in Chattanooga. Twitter, Facebook, tune into radio app, Bloom Sky app. Call in line, 800-8949. You might want to just jot that down for another show. And I'm Ben Phillips. I really appreciate the opportunity. Sabrina Turner has made it possible for you to be heard. If you're interested in coming on the show, you're more than welcome to give her a call and talk to her about that. We want to help local businesses thrive and get the message out, and we can just play our part. You can call Sabrina, 499-7780. And as always, I hope you enjoy this incredible weather today. Make it your best day ever. This is your day, and it's time to be super successful right here in Chattanooga. You can do it. Folks, it's been a great day. I hope that everybody gets home safe, and we really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you today. This is my first time doing the radio show. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me some good feedback, and I really appreciate your time. Take care.